Okay, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Weightlifting Talk, the Dark Orchestra. Come on, baby. I got my C4, ice cold. What's the flavor here? Jolly Rancher watermelon. So come on in. I hope you guys are having a good day. Let's train hard. Let me go to my YouTube so we can get the chat board rocking here. I like this podcast because I could just be myself. I can just really let loose. I feel like a lot of times in life I can't. I have to be politically correct. YouTube, so. And here I can really just kind of, you guys are my therapy, is what you guys are. Okay, live chat is up. Get on YouTube live here and chat with me. As you can see, I have the program pulled up for the day. So we're going to break down the program, talk weightlifting, have a good time together. And like I said, you guys are my therapy. I could just vent, rant, get all these emotions off my chest. And I hope it helps you as well. I do rant about many different topics in the sport of weightlifting, but it really all comes from love. I was kind of sitting back last night and I was reading a book with my wife. We have a little book club and having some downtime before bed. And I was kind of thinking, gosh, I hope I don't come across negative. I don't want to be that negative guy because I'm the happiest person in the world. And I was just thinking, I hope people realize that it comes from love. You know, I'm very passionate about the sport. I've been in the sport for 21 years now. I'm passionate about my team. I've seen a lot of things come and go, fads, become popular and then disappear. I've seen a lot of people come and go. And I mean, it's been a journey. So I have a lot to say and I have a lot of feelings and I hope it doesn't come across negative. That's all. It all comes from love. I just want to see everybody reach their true potential. I want to see USA Weightlifting rise to the top. And I want everybody to be treated fairly too. That's the thing. And we'll go on from there. Really quick, before we start, the GWL is open. I didn't realize that it was locked. It was shut down the last few days. We've had a lot of people trying to sign up. And Greg Doucette called me last night. He said, hey, I have some athletes up here in Canada and some people locally that are trying to sign up. So we looked at it, and it's been closed the last few days. So Jess reopened it last night. So if you go to doweightlifting.com, go to the GWL event, and there's the first one that was up. Scroll all the way down to new event, and you can sign up there. I'll make a post as well on social media, but get signed up for the Gladiator Weightlifting League today. It's only $115. We got 4 meets coming up. We'd love to have you. Also, Love Your Life or Change It. We are making some really good progress. We should be up in a few weeks, and stay tuned for the clothing line there as well. Team program, Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. I should have done yesterday's too. I mean, yesterday's was fire. Maybe I can go back and we can review that later. But I just really wanted to break down some programming here and talk about the philosophy with today's approach. As you can see, all the programming is done through email per day. We got some good warm-up videos here. Let me see if I can go to the stretch video. Perfect. Okay, so this video here, let me rewind. Old school Cal Strength, Coach Glenn Penlay.
Olympic lifts, and even squatting for that matter. One of the biggest problems that people have with the Olympic lifts and even doing a good front or back squat is that they're not really flexible enough to achieve a good bottom position. So what I'm going to have John do here, I'm going to have him take his feet and put them in about the same position.
I'm young and skinny. Now look at that right there, by the way. I want to make it very clear. Minimum per day, 10,000 calories. Okay. Well, how is that possible? How are you so lean and jacked and, pretty, I mean, I use the word skinny. I don't know if that's the right word, but, looking pretty fit, I will say. How do you do that with 10,000 calories? Well, because we're training all day. People seem to forget that. We're burning the calories from sun up to sundown. Coach couldn't have fed me anymore. I would have bursted. Again, 10,000 calories. If you're a male out there, that's what I want you eating. And if you think, oh, I can't because I'm going to gain weight, just train more. The food will help you train more. It will allow you to train longer and to recover harder. So you can eat to train, and then you train to eat. It's a perfect connecting cycle. You have to understand, as a clean athlete, food is our steroids. All medicine does is just make you recover harder. So therefore you can train more. It's this simple. I've trained with many top weightlifters around the country, international lifters who were dirty. And they trained all day, every day, heavy to max. What you're reading is bullshit. What you're reading is false. The classes you've taken, the textbooks, they're all false. Like yesterday. It's all a scam. Don't forget, it's all a moneymaker, by the way. But I've trained with the best of the best. I've been around it in person for many, many years. And these weightlifters train all day, every day, and they go heavy. That's it. How do they do that? Well, a lot of these countries that are on medicine, they eat hard, they take medicine, and they're able to go heavier than we were at Cal Strength. Some lifters that are clean, like us back then, were able to train all day. Yes, we were able to go heavy, but a lot of the work was, was moved on, and Coach was a genius at pushing the limit, getting us right past Area 51 and then taking us back. And he did a really good job with that. So just a side note, make sure you guys are eating food in order to train more, because that should always be the question. You should sit down before bed and go, okay, how can I train more tomorrow? Now, if you have kids and a career, it might be a little tougher, but if you're 22 and you're sitting on your couch playing Call of Duty, yeah, let's get in the gym a little bit more, guys.
That he catches a clean or does a back squat in, it's going to be roughly the same.
Notice my wrist wrap on my wrist there. I usually have both on each wrist. If you notice from these videos, the wrists were just completely trashed all the time. You got to remember, I had horrible shin splints, and I had tendonitis in my, gosh, look, I'm wearing knee sleeves, by the way. What in the world? I don't even remember wearing knee sleeves. Oh, my team's going to break my balls when they see this podcast. I don't know why I'm wearing knee sleeves. This is bizarre. Maybe I tried them. Maybe Caleb Ward told me to try them one day. I said, what the heck? But you'll never see me in knee sleeves again. This is probably the only video you'll ever see me wearing knee sleeves. I think knee sleeves are crap. They do nothing. They are absolutely pointless. I'm a rap guy, 100%. Now, but again, though, my favorite weightlifter of all time, the GOAT of weightlifting, Andre Aramnao from Belarus. He's a knee sleeve guy. So there you go. I still love knee sleeves to a certain extent because I love Andre Aramnao. I digress, but I had tendonitis in my knees, tendonitis in my elbows. Coach had to floss me every single day. I came into the gym like just a wrecking ball, just beat to shit. So stop, weightlifters, looking to feel good and looking for the comfort zone. You're not going to find it. Look at me. I look miserable here. I am in pain every single day of my life. But if you want the gold, let me tell you something. You got to dig in the dirt to get the gold, baby. Gold doesn't grow on trees. Okay? Gold is in the dirt. You got to fight for it. If you want to stand out from the rest of society, you got to get dirty. Okay? Don't forget that. Look at those Adastars, by the way.
Position. And I'm just going to simply have him squat down to wherever. Now, John's pretty flexible, so he's not going to have much trouble squatting all the way down. You'll see a lot of people that can't get in that position right there. He's going to put his elbows between his knees, not the back of his arm or not his tricep or his armpit between his knees, but his actual elbow joint on the inside of the knee joint. Put your elbow joint on the inside of the knee. There you go. And he's going to press out on the knee.
So I still do this stretch every day. Every time I train, I do this stretch. It's the best stretch in the world. I'll even now put my hands on the platform after this, lean forward, and then press my knees out.
Bringing his hands together, and use that to lever the knees outward as he tries to drop his hips as far down as he can. So go ahead and try to sink as far as you can. Then he's going to rock a little bit back and forth. He's going to rock forward and to stretch the ankle joint as far as he can. And when he rocks forward, he's going to try to drop the hips again. Rock forward, now try to drop your hips again. Now push your body as upright as possible.
There you go.
There you go.
See, this is good here. Get the back tight, get the chest up. By the way, who said you can't get a good strong chest not doing bench press? You know, we don't do any upper body work for the most part besides presses, and we don't do any bench, of course. Look, weightlifting will get you jacked, by the way. A little side note here. Sorry, my ADD kicked in, but conduct weightlifting, train hard. Even if you're sticking very close to the lifts, you're doing a lot of complex work, you're going to get jacked. You're going to get strong.
See, that's a very good bottom position. If he's a little bit too tight and he's not able, he can have a partner come in and just push.
You see this? This is huge right here. Partner up. Push those hips down, chest up. This is basically a start position. This is my start position right here. Heels together, chest up, hips low. Clicking in that dynamic start. It's go time.
His lower back, pushing down, pushing forward, forward and down as far as you can. Don't push too hard, but just apply some pressure for a minute until it starts to hurt. Then back off and let him stand up. Now, for somebody who's not very flexible and you don't have a partner, this is a good way to do it also. I'm going to have John take this bar, and he's going to put the bar right on the top of his knee. And then he's going to use the pressure of the...
I mean, I do this every single day. I don't do it with weight anymore, but I'll put the bar on my knees here, and I'll roll it up and down my thighs. You guys have seen me do that a lot. Pretty common. But Coach is right. If you have flexibility issues, putting weight on that bar is the way to go. I hope everybody conducts this stretch before next training.
Bar to push his knees forward and to help achieve balance. Now, he couldn't be in that position without that bar because the weight of the bar is balancing him. He couldn't push his knees that far forward and push his torso back like that without the bar helping the balancing. Go ahead and sit there until it starts to get uncomfortable. Roll the bar off. Roll the bar off. Stand back up. That is really about the only stretch that you really need to do over and over again, of course, if you're lacking flexibility.
That was great. Me and Coach in the gym. I'm just doing what I'm told. I have no idea what's going on.
In order to achieve a good bottom position in the squat, front squat, clean, or snatch. If you work on it hard enough, if you do it several times a day, actually spend some time on it, you'll be surprised at how much extra flexibility in the bottom you can get over a couple of week period.
That's it. Look at that. Old school.
Hunt.
Oh, you can hear Dave right in the beginning. Listen.
Hunt.
Oh, you hear him. Oh, that's Dave filming it. Look at that. I think he said go. That's a Dave Spitz voice right there. It's so long ago. I can't remember the details, but just a classic video, right? No plugs, no nothing. Just the video stops. But I mean, what is gold? Look, 284,000 views on this video. It's really awesome. So let's utilize that stretch. And as we go back to the team program here, right? Warm up stretch. That's what we're going to do. And so most of the sessions that we do have the video. So let's go sent. Let's go to yesterday's. Look at yesterday's, by the way. Woo! Now, see, by the blind eye, it looks just like a lot. And it is. But every program that I write can be performed in about an hour and 15 minutes. You just have to go at a fast pace. You can't be talking. You can't be looking at your phone. You hit the percentage. You move on. You're looking at about a minute and 15 seconds, a minute and 30 seconds rest. No more than 2 minutes. That's even too long. Maybe when you get to the top sets, maybe, but 90% of the workouts should be about a 90-second rest. And so you really want to focus on that rhythm and training. And it's something that I see a lot in weightlifting is that lifters are just taking too long. They're grab ass and they're talking. They're on their phones. They're taking 3-4 minutes between sets. I mean, it's lazy training is what it is. I see it all the time. And I can't say anything because I don't want to be mean. I'm not their coach. I might be visiting the gym. But it's bullshit training. And that's why they have no hardware around their neck. You got to push yourself. You have to have a program that's going to light a fire under your ass. Look, congratulations to Amy, Robert, John, Bud, Jacqueline. These were all the athletes here at the top that competed at USAW Masters Nationals. But look at this. We got kettlebell swings. So 2 sets of 15 with a kilo plate. Real quick. Burn it. That's not going to take that long. But you're going to get some good lower back work, good hamstring work, good shoulder work. Warm the body up. Right? Love these right here. Look at this. Waterfall contact muscle snatches. Right? Muscle snatch. These are going to be contact, so the bar's going into the hips. Mid-hang muscle snatch, low-hang muscle snatch. Hence the waterfall. You're just going to work up. You're going to hit one at 77% of your 1 rep max muscle snatch. It's not going to take long, but you're getting a lot of good work in. See how it just moves along here? Superman pull row backs. I did a demo video with Chase on our team page. Those might be a little confusing for you watching now, but that's the beauty of the team page is we can post videos like that. And we won't go over everything here because it's not about this day. But yesterday was really fun. A lot of complex work, panda pulls, and a lot of look at the volume in the squats, by the way. 10s, 7-3, good percentage work. Heavy, but just light enough to be able to rep them out at a good pace. We got a cool down with planks, push-ups, and then a half-mile walk outside. I'm telling you right now, walking after training is so beneficial. Really clears the mind, breaks up the lactic acid, gets the body moving. It just feels good. I like my athletes to go to the track and field. You walk the track because then you can kind of gauge if you don't have like a watch. You're like, all right, just got to do 4 laps. It's 4 laps around the track. You don't have to watch out for cars. It's a safe place. It's just peaceful too. There's something about a track and field that's very peaceful. Maybe a little soccer game going on, flag football. Who knows? Maybe the high school's finishing up some of the events there for the schools, and I don't know. It's peaceful. Look at the clean style deadlifts too, with the Schenkel shrug up top. These were fun. Nothing crazy. Look, 100% of your clean and jerk, 3 singles, whack, whack, whack. So yes, a lot of work, but what does a program like this do? Look at this. Look at this program. Screenshot the screen here. Shoot, do this later. It's free. Here you go. But what is this doing? It's doing multiple things. It's killing 3 birds with 1 stone. Well, it's killing 4 birds with 1 stone. The first thing it's doing, it's building the engine. Okay. I love how CrossFit loves to use that as their foundation. Let me tell you something. There is no stronger engine in the world than a weightlifter. This is an engine. If you're conducting programs like this 6 days a week, you're keeping the pace, 2 minutes and under rest. You're smashing these percentages. You're moving along. You're focused. You're sweating. This is building the weightlifter's engine. This is why we've won 68 medals in the last 3 meets. This is why we have the #1 Masters team in the world. And by the way, I should add, this is our Masters program. It's one program for all. This is relative to everybody. Complexes, percentage-based. This is relative for everybody. Nobody in the world needs a custom program. Nobody. You're not that special. I'm not that special. Nobody is. Do the work, come together as a team, and fight hard. Amy Herrera, thanks for joining the chat. And proof is in the pudding. I don't have to go on. Proof is in the pudding. The hypothesis of the Penley method has already been proven. It's been proven for 21 years, and we're still proving it today. But what you're looking at right now is called engine. And this is why you go out to meets, you can warm up strong, you can compete at a high level on stage, and then we go squat afterwards, and then we train the next day. People think we're crazy on Attitude Nation. It's because we have a strong engine. You, as a weightlifter, are a Ferrari. You're a Formula One car. By the way, that new Brad Pitt movie looks good, coming out soon. I think it's called F1. And so the next thing, of course, strength. We're building strength with time under tension, with high peaked strength sets as far as max out singles. We're building the mindset of creating grit, being able to complete these workouts day in and day out, being a little tired, being a little sore, being a little broke down. The mental aspect of the shining hits where you start to lose your mind a little bit. All the programs get stacked on each other, the day after day, the month after month, the year after the year. You start doing 7-8 meets a year. You're like, whoa, I'm really in the rodeo. I'm starting to lose it. And it's completely normal. Don't panic if you start to lose it. Don't start pointing fingers. Rely on your team. Call your coach. Get your mind right. Do some stuff off the platform too if you start losing your mind. Because the mind does start to slip in the sport of weightlifting if you do it consistently long enough. Chase Durham knows this. Many high-level lifters know this. Playing video games. Going on a walk. Going on a hike. Not too long, but, get in, play cards, play poker. Have some poker nights. Go to a movie. Stop thinking about weightlifting sometimes. Go out there and do something different. This is going to help the psyche. And don't let your mind slip, by the way. Okay? So this is engine, this is mindset, this is strength, and this is, of course, technique work. Everything that you're seeing here, we're working technique. We're working technique in the mid-hangs, in the overhead squat. We're working mobility. We're working positions. We're working bar path. Is the weight back on your heels? How's that power position look? Is the bar staying close in the waterfall muscle snatches? How's your back on the squats? Is it tight? How's the shrug up top in the clean deadlifts? How's your mobility? Are you hitting these double bounces in the complex with great aggression, with no fear? Are you really hitting that hole hard? These are all things that a weightlifter needs to work on. And then we get back here today. We already went over the warm-up stretch, and then we move on to the 5-second tempo. So on Team Attitude Nation is the Penlay method, and coming up under Coach Penlay, we did a ton of no hook, no feet snatches. We did them probably twice a week, and we'd always just max out. And I've always loved the no hook, no feets. Works on the grip, works on the confidence in the pull under, not being able to move your feet. And then once you're able to move your feet, you're just moving that much faster. It just makes the snatch harder, really. But also has a safeguard built in where it's fun, it's different, it makes the snatch harder. And a lot of times when you do a max effort, no hook, no feet, there's a percentage built into that max effort. You just have to find it. So just like the Bulgarian method when Ivan Avajev, they did powers on Tuesdays and Thursdays, even though they did them all day and still trained hard, even though they still maxed out on the powers, you could do a little bit less weight so the body can just, continue moving forward. And so that's what this is. Now, even though we have a percentage here at 70%, the reason why is we're coming off a lot of meets. We're ramping up for a lot more meets coming up. A lot of volume this week, a lot of complex work, a lot of exercises. I'm bumping down the percentage a little bit here. There's not that much max effort work this week. If you guys have noticed from last program to today, a lot of percentage work, and it's pretty low, but we're building the engine. We're putting in a lot of work right now. The closer we get to the meet, the higher the percentage is, and a lot of those percentages will just turn into max effort. So that's the philosophy here. And then granted, we have notice here on the no hook, no feet snatch, it's a tempo. This is the first time we've ever done a tempo connected to the no hook, no feet. I think this is fun. It's fascinating. So we're going to work that grip even more. We're going to work those positions even more. And we're going to build mental strength and confidence, being able to control the bar and the pull and show that bar who's boss, really. A lot of weightlifters don't use straps because they feel like they need to work the grip. I can see that argument. I personally disagree. The grip strength is being performed in the clean. The grip strength is being performed in the no hook, no feets. It's another great way to work your grip. Okay. If you want to be a weightlifter that sometimes uses straps and sometimes not to work the grip, that's fine. But I think saying like straps are bad and putting a blanket over it is just incorrect. So if you want to work the grip, conduct these no hook, no feets, add a tempo in here, make it harder, work that tight back, build that time under tension, and let's work on that that mental confidence. 4-second tempo pull power clean, just nice and easy. I know today on Zoom in the morning, I was working on with Vera and Amy really hard on the bar path. From the first pull, from the floor to your knee, swooping that bar back. That bar has got to come back. Coach Penley has many different YouTube videos of that bar coming back. Maybe I should do my next podcast on bar path. How about we do that? But that bar's got to swoop back into the knee. And the only way to do that is to what? Well, it's to get the knees out of the way. It's to stretch the hamstrings, drive the butt high, aka Superman pull. We must get the knees out of the way for the bar to swoop back. And that's what's so good about these tempos. It slows everything down so you could focus on technique, pinch those shoulder blades, flex those arms, feel the technique, later see the technique on video. Build a relationship with the bar. Am I really getting my knees back? A lot of times when you just go full speed, you don't really know what's going on. Hence, before the slow-mo videos on YouTube. This is a perfect example. You know, I myself and other coaches like Coach Penley and other lifters start teaching the hip clean and the Superman pull and the contact and the hit and catch and talking about how athletes need to bend their arms. And everyone is in an uproar. What are you talking about? It's almost as if no one saw it really, because everything was just so full speed. These old grainy YouTube videos, or sitting in the audience watching weightlifting from a distance. It's very tough to notice something that you're not looking for. And so this was the disconnect with technique for so long. And I'm sitting there doing it. I'm seeing it up close with my teammates back in the day. I'm competing overseas. I'm training at camps overseas. I'm around these Bulgarians. I'm around these Colombian weightlifters, these Brazilian weightlifters, and living with them for months at a time. And I'm sitting here going, wow, nobody's talking about this in America. You know, this is real true street weightlifting. And I look back and go, what was the disconnect? Like, why did I have so many rocks thrown at me with the introduction of the way I lived? And again, it really just goes back to the slow-mo videos, you know, the hook grip videos, the ATG videos, the weightlifting house videos, where now lifters can sit back and go, oh, wow. And so the same thing applies with the tempo. You're now able to feel the knees come back. You're now able to feel that bar swooping back in the first pull. You're able to feel the biceps flexing in the scoop as you drive that bar back into your body. You're able to feel the weight on your heels. You're able to feel the shoulders traveling in front of the bar in the first pull, not just staying over the bar, but traveling in front of the bar, which everyone needs to work on. And that's what's great about tempo, is the technique work and is the relationship building. And of course, we could talk strength all day with time under tension and shocking the nervous system and, all the sciencey stuff with strength building, muscle building, if you will, the negative building. I could go on. It's exciting. But this is why we do tempos from time to time. And you can see the 3-second dip in the jerk, not a pause dip. A few athletes have got that wrong today. Just easy down on the dip, slow and controlled, find the heels, whack, comp jerk. And notice in the jerk, you got to hold it for 3 seconds. Hold the split, hold the lock. Amy and Vera did a really good job today with this. Zeke on Zoom did a really good job. Ben G did a really good job on this. Chase Durham, Aaron Torres. Everyone who's already been training on Zoom has been crushing this workout today. And so again, we're a little ways out from Pan Ams. We're a little ways out from Vegas. We're out from Nationals. We're out from AO Finals. We're out from USAW Worlds in Louisiana. this is the time to start loading up on the complexes, loading up on the time under tension, loading up on the technique work, dropping the weight a little bit and building the engine. The closer we get to meets, the heavier we're going to get. So we go in and crush with great strength. Notice, by the way, boom, don't right when you start thinking percentage, I hit you with a front squat max. Very low volume. I want to see something heavy. We had Benji hit 195 today on the front squat, which was a PR. It looked very good. Zeke went after a 3 kilo PR front squat with 130. Granted, remember, he's a 67 kilo weightlifter. 130 kilo front squat's very strong. It was right there at 90 degrees. He ended with like a 98% day. Chase Durham hit 95.5% this morning at 5 a.m. on Zoom. We have some big front squats coming in. You know, this is one, it's kind of the Max Eta effect, right? I mean, we maxed out in the back squat every day, you know, under coach, because we squatted multiple times a day every day. The whole squat every day as a program is just such a scam. That's what you should be doing minimum. We squatted multiple times, 7 days a week. Every single Sunday we came in and squatted. Every day we squatted multiple times. And so yes, we'd have our Pendlay 5s, we'd have our high volume squats, but we always pushed a single in the max every day. It was just granted. But it reminds me when I talk about Max Eta and I say, man, he squatted to max every single day. And people are always just like, really? 25, 30 times a day? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But you got to remember there was 150K always loaded on the bar with the big green plates. I think they were, I'm bad at math. That would be, I don't know. But there was specialized plates that were always loaded on the bar. You can see them in some of the old Cal Strength videos. And he would walk up, he'd hit it. He would take 3-4 jumps. He'd be at a max effort weight. It'd either be a miss, it'd either be a make, and then he'd be done. So like a squat session for Max Eta would take 10 minutes, not even sometimes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Maybe if he was feeling hot and going really heavy, maybe 15, done. Go eat, do his thing, coach, do some RDLs, do some other workouts. You got to remember this is when the wrist was broken, so he couldn't do the lifts. And then, gosh, what, Max? I mean, 30 minutes later, 40 minutes later, shoes back on, another 10 minutes, whack, and he had another squat workout. 10 minutes later, whack, and he'd do this all day, every day. And the weight just went up. Right? If you're sitting back going, well, what's the hypothesis? Crazy hypothesis. What's the outcome? He's overtraining. No, Max only got stronger. That's the outcome. So stop putting limits on yourself. And so with the front squat, I'm not saying you have to do it that quickly like Max Eta, but we had a lot of volume squats. Remember this? Let me go back. Here, look at the back squats. So we had a pretty big volume day. Nothing crazy heavy, but it was very challenging. And just overall with the complex work, the clean style deadlifts, the waterfall muscle snatches, the row back pulls and the snatch. It's a lot of work yesterday. So to come in, I wanted to drop the volume a little bit and load the legs. We have to constantly shock the body. Shocking the nervous system in weightlifting is beautiful. Coach Pendlay used to call it the perfect dance, where he used to say, I don't want to butcher it, you're in a disciplined sport, right? You're in a disciplined sport, building, and the whole goal is to build consistency. And at the same time, you want to constantly shock the nervous system. And so those things are kind of a yin and yang effect. And that's what we see here. So pushing the front squat, if the PR is there, great. If it's not, I hope you went over 90%. And I hope you just gave it your best. It's that simple. But it shouldn't take you long. Load those legs. And remember, the Pendlay method is a question mark of, what can I do today? And I personally think that in every program, there should be a question mark. What can you do in this? So today is the front squat. What can I do? Everything else is percentage based, right? Let's see about yesterday again. I think yesterday was just completely just percentage right down the list. Yeah. Kind of rare, actually. Look at that. See, there's proof. Oh, Attitude Nation just maxes out every day. It's so bizarre. It's bizarre. I don't know where they're getting that information. Just, I love people talk so much. Then we go back here. But so, yeah. So Tuesday, front squat. And look what I say here, by the way, in the program. Push a heavy and just give it your best. It's not, everyone should be PRing. We're peaking for this. Everyone should be over 97%. I demand it. If you're not, you suck and you're doing it wrong. That's not the case. Just push a heavy and then move on. Okay? A little bit of Ronnie Coleman style. Look at this. Barbell on back while walking lunges. Ronnie Coleman style, baby. 4 sets of 10. Each leg is 1 rep. Garage gym athletes lunge into place, or go outside on the driveway and do it like the video. So if we click the video here, you're going to see Ronnie Coleman is getting after it in the famous video. I think this is, this is not the video I thought it was. I posted this video. You're right. I'm sorry. I thought it was the one that I did. I got 2 videos when I programmed barbell walking lunges. This video, that's Glenn's athlete, and then this is barbell shrugged, and then the Ronnie Coleman video where he's in the yellow suit outside just getting after it. Is this Bledsoe? Barbell shrugged. I think this is Bledsoe back in the day, a young Bledsoe. Yeah, look, they got the barbell shrug banner right there. Gosh, that is Bledsoe. That's pretty sweet. Okay. Well, there you go. So there's a good technique video there. But rep them out on those lunges. We got quarter squat. These are fun, by the way. I didn't have a video here, but if I go to the page, let me go to the Facebook page. Quarter squat, front rack, clean grip military presses. Hold the quarter squat while pressing. 3 sets of 8, 29% on 1 rep max. Clean and jerk. Weight's pretty darn light. But as I said on Zoom this morning, every single session with push presses should actually have your knees bent, and then these knees are bent quarter, so more than usual. You're just loading those quads up. There's more carryover into the lifts. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone with loading the legs, loading the back, and then obviously hitting the shoulder work. I'm not saying you always have to do them with your knees bent, but it's a good way to, like I said, build the engine, shock the nervous system, and get strong. If we go to our team page, let me see if remember, I think Zeke just hit him. Let me refresh. Okay, here we go. Here's Chase. So I pinned Chase's videos to the top of the page just because he trains super early. He's an elite weightlifter. He's top 15 in the country in the senior division. He's state champion in Texas. Big time lifter. Technique's just really good, just very consistent. So a lot of athletes on the team, before they train, they just watch Chase's training videos. Okay, that's how to do it. That's how to do it. Because some of the complexes can be a little, complex and advanced, and there's a lot of moving parts in this program. This is not a program that's just, high pull, drop snatch, hammer curls and done. There's a lot going on, as you guys can see with the email. So let's just watch Chase, actually. There's a group here. So you guys have been seeing the program. Let's watch it now. So here's Chase Durham. So here's the tempo. Whack. 91K. That's a no-no, remember. That's a no hook, no feet. 91K, 200 pounds. So that's really nice by Durham. Look at this tempo here. Good. Knees could get back a little more. See how he's going around the knees? See right here? These knees should be much more extended, and the butt should be much higher. So we'll work on that. All right, we move on. Here's 110 kilos. Again, this is all percentage based. Tempo in the power clean. Go. Good rack. Easy down. 1, 2, 3. Find it and go. Hold. See how he rotates his weight back? I was coaching him on the Facebook page, and I was telling him about, you know how he rotated back here? That's a good thing, of course. But we want to eliminate that because we want to land here. And so what it does is it tells the athlete, okay, I'm a little forward when I lock. I need to put more weight on the back foot. Coach Penley used to say it all the time. 40% of weight on your back foot, 60% in the front. Some coaches disagree. They say 50-50. That's not reality, though. What reality is more like 20-80 sometimes, 30-70. So if you can get to a place where you're at 40-60, like Coach Penley talked about, your money in the bank. And I guarantee you even this is 40-60. Let's watch that one more time if you're with me, guys. Watch the rotation here. Whoa. And good. See, he's forward. I would say this is about 70-30. And now we're going to go 40-60 right there. And then here comes the recover, and boom. Okay. Here's 95% of Chase Durham's best front squat. Here's 186K. It's 400 plus pounds, well over. Wham, he's going to drop low. Look at that good depth there, and he's going to shoot out, fight. Notice that in the front squat, he keeps the knees out in the fight. Look at that pro move right there. Look at that. Push. Very good. Here are the lunges in the garage. Chase Durham out of Dallas, Texas. And then he's going to just take a few steps back, and then he's going to go again. So he's getting that work in. And then why we went to the video in the first place is the presses. So I want everyone to add these in, even to your program. I hope your coach doesn't get mad at me. But bend your knees, get your hips lower, and then just press these out on a quarter squat. Right here. See this? Press. These are huge right there. And so this is it right here. Here's the And then the last thing on the program, as you can see here, is the hanging knee raises that we have. And Chase is doing a really good job. Let's see this lady here. This lady in CrossFit lady, but I don't know if anybody knows her. Anyone knows this lady? But it was a really good video on YouTube, so I posted it on the program. Let's see here. Obviously an ad. Skip ad. Anybody know this lady?
Strengthening your midline.
Jenny LeBar.
You're going to jump up to a bar or step up to a bar and land in that hollow position that we work on in our hanging from the bar. From this position, keeping your abs nice and tight, keeping a little tension through those shoulders, you're going to bring your knees up as far as you can and then lower yourself back down to that hollow body. In the hanging knee raise, the most common mistakes that I see are that people start from an arch back position and swing into it. Make sure you hit that hollow body every single time.
That was great advice. Jenny, thank you. Awesome. If anybody knows Jenny, reach out to her and tell her I used her in the program. She's on the podcast, and she's amazing. And so, Chase, good work. And so that's it. Chase gets on here, and he does it. And then you can see right here, so this is what I'll do on the screenshots, is I'll just hit up all this coaching here. Going over the workout. Nice work. Chase is at a pretty high level, so the crazy detailed technique coaching is not every single day. But you can see here's Andrew saying nice work. Here's the presses right here. I like this here. Team challenge, Chase said. A186, 95.5. He's calling out New York Mo. I accept. And then, of course, I tagged everyone here so people get to see it. Awesome job. Throw a few gifts in there. And we got ourselves a nice session. Right here. Where was the jerk? Notice here I say strong hold in the jerk. Note how you shifted back after the initial split/lock. This is good. You shifted back, but we shouldn't have to. right? In an ideal world, of course, but I know it's not reality. It's okay. I say the goal moving forward is to land where the shift back settles. Let's work on this, and not just myself, but not just you, but myself and everyone on the team. I mean, a lot of times when I'm coaching someone, I had to kind of tell Vera this today on Zoom because we were really, mic check. Andrew, can you hear me? Amy, Huss, Jacob, Jamie. It looks like we got Andrew on the chat board saying that I lost sound. He just texted me too. Lost sound on your podcast. Hey, Gabe.
Hey, bro.
Hey, are you calling about the sound on the podcast or calling just to talk about training in life?
I was just calling to talk about training in life.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm on. Huss is saying I'm good, Andrew. Well, I'm on the Weightlifting Talk podcast, Gabe. Can I call you right back?
Yeah, dude.
All right, buddy. I'll call you right back. All right. Bye. Okay. I thought it was Gabe calling me and saying, hey. Okay. Huss is saying that she can hear me. Andrew, it might be you. So I'll keep it going. But I was coaching Vera. I was getting really in the weeds and technique. I was getting in my own head. I was coaching Vera and we were doing a lot of technique work. And you could see that she might have been getting a little overwhelmed and maybe even a little emotional. And I gotta be careful as a coach. I don't want to overcoach. I could be a little bit of a mad scientist sometimes. I have to step back, assess the situation. And I think I told her the right thing. I said, you know what, Vera, what I'm teaching you and what we're going over is something myself and everyone on the team needs to work on. Like, it's not just you. Like, don't think you're the only one on the team that's like messing this up or something you need to get better at. Everybody, because we were just working on bar path, swooping back on the first pull. I go, everybody needs to get better. And I think that's really important for a lot of athletes to note that it's a universal ambition to get better at technique as a whole. And if besides winning a gold medal in the Olympics, because you've reached the peak there, but everybody can get better. And so just remember that. But I say, let's see here. Let's go back to Chase's comment. Let's work on this, and not just you, but myself and everyone on the team. Putting a minimum of 40% of the weight on your back leg is always tough, but let's keep working on it. This is why we pause, for athletes to feel the errors that needs to be fixed. There we go. So let's see. Here's Ben, by the way. Had a great day. We got Michael posting some numbers. I'll look at that in a sec. Zach Hartley. Here's Alec out of Switzerland, by the way. This is really cool. A lot of people just post on YouTube. So if I click here, notice how I'll go right to Alec's video, Alexander. And then he's out in Switzerland, crushing the program. The nice thing about this for me as the coach is I could pause, rewind, screenshot, immediately go right here and look at these comments. And I could coach them quickly with a great rhythm right here through the Facebook page. Just tit for tat, screenshot, coach, go over all these different positions. Notice he's liking all of these comments. So I know that he's receiving the motivation, the pull, and the coaching. And so Alex is doing a really good job. Got Bud Pierce. So you guys saw in the email from yesterday, because this is yesterday's training. Notice how he was doing the kilo swings. Here's the muscle snatch waterfall complex. Look at these. Let me get this caption out of the way. Here's the row back pulls for those that didn't know what those were. You're just rowing that bar back into your hips. Whack. Here's the snatch with the complex. This was massive right here. Look at this. This is 83. Low hang panda. Good panda. Going into a mid-hang snatch. And then we're going to go ahead and do it right into an overhead squat. Nice, Bud Pierce. Then he finishes out the workout. Kate, congrats to Jacqueline. This right here, look at little Lincoln. Look how young he is here. This is in 2019. This is at a weightlifting meet I did. This is the famous meet that I talk about a lot where I bombed out at this meet a week before. It was actually at Travis Cooper's meet. Was it like Barbells and Brews, downtown Denver? And I was in really, 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 really good shape. I was very strong. My training was consistent. But it was one of those meets where I went out to and I just bombed. I just bombed in the snatch. I'm like, what in the world? The weight felt light. And this should be motivation for people because you just train hard, compete often, give it your best. Because sometimes life and weightlifting don't go your way. And so what did I do? I found out about this local meet. It's in Colorado Springs. I should know the gym. I see Pinnacle here. It's actually the CrossFit gym connected to this gym was where Jared Enderton used to train out of. I forget, but I think it's Pinnacle Weightlifting in Colorado Springs. But I found out about this local meet, and Jess looked at me and she said, just sign up. Let's go out to this meet and let's crush it. Because I was already qualified for nationals, but I was in the B session. It was really frustrating. If you know my story, in 2019, in February, I signed on the dotted line with USAW and USADA, came out of retirement. It was a huge deal. And started banging out all these local meets. And then I ended up being B session at nationals, which I was very pumped. I qualified for nationals. I'm ready to go compete. B session is awesome. Don't get me wrong. But a little bit of the ego came in and I was like, I got to be A. And so we fought hard to get the 308 total to give me A session. And so I went out to this meet right after the bomb out and then hit a 308 total, by the way, at 89K that put me in the A session. I ended up taking 10th at nationals in 2019, coached by Will Hawkinson, Rob Earwicker, and Michelle Hunsenberger. And so this is the picture here with Lincoln just sitting next to me. So super cool picture. But back to the program, hanging knee raises. We already went over everything. And so this is today's program. This was yesterday's program. And as you can see, here's a big Friday program. Come on, baby, let's go. And then, of course, I will write tomorrow's program tonight. But that is it, guys. I'll leave it there. Good program talk, good technique talk. Of course, if you want to join our team, go to doweightlifting.com, and we'd love to have you. We'll get you on the Facebook page, get you on the email chain. Sign up for the GWL. Let's do that right now, actually, while you guys are here. Where's my keyboard? Weightlifting.com. So my wife reopened it for everybody listening. And if you go to events right here. So the first one is closed still, but my wife made a new one. Late entry. There it is. So click the late entry right here and then sign up for the GWL. It's only $115. We got 4 more meets ahead. Super, super fun. And we would love to have you. Well, that's it, guys. God bless. Have a great Tuesday. I got to get back on Zoom. Accept the cookie here. Oh, boy. And I'll see you guys back tomorrow for another podcast. Hey, I'm keeping them consistent. When Levi goes down for nappy, I spark it up. So I hope you guys are enjoying.